All right, we're live, and today's live subject is the Sling Studio. The Sling Studio, here it is. Sling Studio is a complete production center that you can use to produce your videos, live videos that you can stream on the internet, that you can record them to the hard drive, that it comes with an SD hard drive. It also can power displays within your room. We're going to do a whole webinar on the Sling Studio, but I got to tell you, I'm really excited about this product. What excites me so much about the SlingStudio and why it's today's Video Guys Newsday Tuesday feature is it is three big things that are very important. It's easy. I can't stress this enough, how easy it is to set up, how easy it is to use. It's portable and it's affordable. So we're going to dig right into what makes SlingStudio such a cool product. It is available now. It is in stock at videoguys.com. So let's jump right in. All right. It's easy to set up. You connect any HDMI camera to the hub. In fact, we're cutting over right now. This is an actual setup that's running right now with our show. You can see the Sling hub there, that little thing with the green flashing light. That's something called the camera link, and the camera links allow you to take multiple cameras. You plug your camera in HDMI to the camera link, and then the camera link over Wi-Fi sends a signal to the hub. You can also download an app that you can put on any iPhone or Android to make it become a video source, a camera for the SlingStudio. You can record directly to an SD card, or you can get this little USB expander and let you record to an external USB drive like a LaCie drive or a GTEC drive. And you can stream directly to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or any RTMP-enabled CDN. All right, there's a little complicated video here. Let's take this full screen for a second. Let's talk about all the components that are involved in the SlingStudio. You've got the hub that I talked about. That is, you can see here, you've got the camera link. The camera link with the HD camera plugged into it. You'll also see they have a DSLR camera that they have going in, which can be plugged directly into the unit or into the camera link. And you can also bring in capture from your phones and your cameras, an audio mixer. You can record to the USB drive or record to the SD drive. You can play it out in the console or the app that you download. That runs on your the app runs on your iPad or on a Mac Pro. We've got it set up on the Mac Pro over here. What I like about the Mac Pro is it takes a little more powerful units, so you get a little bit more features and performance. All right, how easy is this to use? There should be a red easy button on the top of this. That's how easy this thing is to use. You just connect the hub. The hub is a Wi-Fi hub that now it connects via Wi-Fi to the cam links and to any other and to your phones that have downloaded the app. This is unique. It's not typical Wi-Fi. It's a special Wi-Fi. There's a bunch of antennas in here if you were to open it up. And in addition, they're using technology that's taking into account some spectrum that's beyond the normal spectrum that you get for Wi-Fi. And they're also flattening the Wi-Fi range. So rather than a big spherical ball of Wi-Fi coverage, you're actually getting more like a donut that's out and around the unit. So that's why when you use unit, we recommend that your Sling is at or about the same height that your cameras with your cam links and your phones are set up. That's going to give you the best results. It doesn't mean it has to be there, but for optimal results, put your studio elevated a little bit. All right, let's talk about what this thing can do. It can stream and record simultaneously. It's controlled from an iPad or a Mac. You get multi-camera AV files for post-production. You can directly import into Adobe Premiere Final Cut. We'll talk about that later. And the HDMI pass-through, it also gives you a latency-free HDMI pass-through if you want to power some monitors within your venue. Let's say you're in a church. I want to talk about the iPad or the Mac a little bit. Well, first let's go with this for a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit on you, Eddie. SlingStudio is basically three components that we like to think about. There's the devices, which is the SlingStudio, which there's a battery that you can pop in right there, run it for 3 hours. The camera links with these little boxes that you plug your camera in via Wi-Fi, that then you plug your camera in HDMI to the camera link, and the camera link talks to the SlingStudio, sends the video to that via Wi-Fi. You've got the console app. The console app is how you control the whole thing. Let's cut over to the camera that we have over there. And you can see the console right there that it's running on there. You get to pick your previews, you preview your output. This can run on a Mac, Book Pro, or an iPad. Now, it's not available on Windows, Chromebooks, or Android. There's a really good reason for that. The folks at Sling want to make sure you're getting the best possible quality. And Android devices and Chromebooks have a whole range of power and performance behind them. It's just not predictable. By them saying you have to use these specific iPads or these specific Mac Pros, they get control of knowing you're going to have the power and performance you need to make this thing light up and work. And the folks at Sling have done a really great job on a compatibility device list. It's available on their website. It's also a blog post on the Videoguys website. And on that list, it also goes into HDMI cameras, DSLR cameras, that have clean output. I want to talk about that clean output a little bit because it's an important tech note, and that is older DSLR cameras. I'm going to face this one for you. Older DSLR cameras did not give a clean HDMI output. When you went to get your HDMI output, you would get the little box that was there for your focal length or sometimes even your menus. It wasn't until about a year and a half ago that DSLR cameras started coming out with clean HDMI output. That means you get the actual video that you're shooting on the camera out the output of the HDMI. So it's real important if you're going to use DSLRs, and they're cool and I like them, you have to use a DSLR that's got a clean output. If you don't, you're going to run into some issues. And then the third piece of the puzzle is the Capture app, which can run on any iPhone, smart device, or an Android, and that turns your camera basically into a source for your SlingStudio. Now, you download the app, then you pair it to your SlingStudio, then once your smartphone is paired to that SlingStudio, whenever you arrange that SlingStudio and you have your camera on, you open the app, you're going to show up as an available input to the Sling. And that's really cool because it expands the universe of people who can be shooting your project and who you can go to. I'm going to go into that a little bit more. One of the things we want to talk about is where can you use the SlingStudio? And they like to say the cases are endless, and I've got to agree with its ease of use, portability, and affordability. It fits into so many different areas of video work that you could be doing. Live sports, wedding events, sermons, worship, live events, local TV shows, corporate events, training webinars. Schools, it's great for distance learning. People are using their drones. Now, you don't tether this to the drone. You actually plug the little controller that's got the video coming from the drone into this, but you can use your drone footage. And then video bloggers and esports, it's a perfect solution for. But there's also some verticals this thing's getting into that are really, really unique. One of the ones that I think is the coolest is a lot of high school and college and pro sports coaches are using the SlingStudio as a training device. What they do is they bring the SlingStudio out to the field. Let's say it's a pitcher who's pitching. They'll surround him by 3 or 4 cameras. They'll set the SlingStudio up. They'll record him so they're getting multi-angle images of the same exact motion as he's pitching. They record it. Then later they'll look at the 4 different images, 3 or how many cameras they had, and analyze where his mechanics went wrong. There are people using this for golf swings, for volleyball techniques, you name it. It's a cool approach for sports people are using for training. And they're not necessarily even streaming it live. They're just getting all 4 streams recorded, multicam, simultaneously locked in, perfect sync. So very cool, a lot of cool stuff. People are doing it. In fact, if you are a Sling user already and you're using it for a really cool place, hey, shoot me an email, give us some comments. We'd love to hear how you're using your SlingStudio in a unique and special way. All right, the guys at Sling did a great video that goes into the product, how portable it is, how easy it is to use. Let's roll that video. It's about 1.5 minutes long, and it's a great job.
This is SlingStudio, the first affordable live streaming multi-camera platform, an all-in-one wireless solution that's portable and easy to use. 100% battery operated, SlingStudio requires no extra cables, external power, router, or network. The SlingStudio camera link wirelessly connects to virtually any camera on set at distances up to 300 feet. Setup is no sweat, taking minutes, not hours. From simply using a smartphone to taking advantage of up to 10 wireless sources, SlingStudio has a vast array of connecting options designed to best fit your production needs. Whichever way you choose to connect, all sources are instantaneously available on the SlingStudio console app. Intuitively designed for the most dynamic live directing program with features like custom graphic and video imports, live switching transitions, picture-in-picture, and more. Live streaming capabilities let you share directly to Facebook, YouTube, or any RTMP destination. Every recording is stored on a single SD card. All files automatically sync and timecode with SlingStudio's Adobe Premiere Pro extension and Apple Final Cut Pro converter. SlingStudio, the easiest and best solution for live switching, live streaming, and multi-camera production on the market today.
One of the next things we're going to talk about is how portable this unit is. Now you can see here how portable it is. It's a real lightweight unit. Your battery goes right in over there when you're going to attaches the battery. You have HDMI input and output right over here. You can put your SD card over here. It's a truly portable unit. It's super lightweight. Even with the battery, it's only a couple of pounds. All right. We call it a completely portable solution. So you can see over here, we've got a demonstration of how it's portable. There's the SlingStudio with the battery on it. You've got your Mac or your iPad. You've got a camera coming in via HDMI. You've got two other coming in through the cam link, another coming in through the smartphone. In fact, Eddie, let's cut to the camera that's over here on the side. And I'm going off script on this because I want to show you guys. This right here is the cam link. It's right here. It's hooked up to this little camera. It's a little small device. You could power that device. It charges itself USB, but also you can use it with one of those little USB bricks that we all use for our phones. You know, when your phone runs out of juice and you're in the middle of a steady ed, you just plug it in, you get another hour of juice. Those can be used to charge a camera link, and you'll get about 3 hours running time with the SlingStudio battery. So that's more than enough for most video productions. One of the things that really makes this Sling, and it's portable, but I'm going back to easy. It's super easy. No big trucks, no heavy duty equipment, no HDI cables to run. You can connect up to 10 cameras simultaneously through the camera link and the phone apps. Now you can only preview 4 at a time, so the others are kind of on deck waiting to come in, but you can get up to 10. The hub powered for 3 hours, wireless camera link charging, record to SD, or with this little adapter, USB-C adapter, you can record to a USB drive, kind of like a C drive or a G-Tech drive for his virtually endless storage, because you know how big those could be. And once again, you can control it from, it says any iPad or Mac. That's really not correct. It's from an approved iPad or MacBook Pro or Mac. All right, let's talk about affordable. I know you're looking at this whole thing and you got to be thinking, but Gary, this has got to be a fortune. Heck no, it's super affordable. We're starting at $999 for the hub alone, $349 for a camera link. So if you want to get started with a 2-camera shoot, you can have the hub, you can have the camera link, and then the HDMI camera plugged in directly, and you're at under $1,500. You've got a great system that can do a 2-camera shoot. Of course, you need to have your MacBook Pro or an iPad, but I don't really consider that an incremental cost, because if you're in the video creation or streaming space, I gotta feel that you've probably got access to either an iPad or a MacBook that's got adequate specs on it. If you don't, you've got to buy a new iPad. You know it's going to be another $400 or $500, but it's really not that expensive. They also have the battery is $149, the 3-hour battery. USB expander is $50 when you want to do USB, and then I think you saw in the video the custom carry bag is $199, and that bag is super cool. They really did a good job on it. I think it's a great feature where they have the bag with the slots where everything can go nice and easy. So you can get the complete portable carry bundle. It gives you the SlingStudio hub, the camera link, a battery, a USB expander, and the backpack for $1749. And what we've done is we're working with the folks over at LiveView to put a bundle together with the LiveView Solo, because think about it, if you're out in the field, the only thing you're missing is a way to get to the internet from out on the field. And that's what LiveView Solo does with the cellular bonding. So that's it's another $1,000 for the Solo HDMI, which now comes with 3 free months of their LRT feature. But that means you could be in the middle of a field, and all you need to do is have cell phone signal. And if you have cell phone signal from 2 different carriers, you can take your SlingStudio multi-camera switched production, take it straight to the web, the internet, Facebook, YouTube Live, wherever you're going with it. So look for that bundle on our website. It should be posted shortly. All right. It's easy. It's portable. It's affordable, and it's powerful. There's really a ton of features in this thing that's real exciting. You know, we talked about it before. You know, you can get up to 10 sources. That's great. You know, you get your wired HDMI input, you get your camera link input, you get your inputs for your cell phones. Enabling your cell phones. If you're a church or a school, now people in the audience can have their phones. So if you're going to do a wedding, you can have someone who has got their phone on the wedding, so if the bride walks down the aisle, you can have the cell phone footage mixed in. If your kids are doing a high school basketball game, you can give a couple of the kids, you know, their cameras can be linked in your production crew, and now they can do an instant look from the stands or what's going on in the crowd. So that's a real cool feature that I think is real exciting. And once again, If you don't want to use cameras and you just want to use phones, you can. I'm not suggesting that's the way to go. I prefer a blended approach that's got some cameras, some camera links, the HDMI coming in, and of course, the phones. Audio sources. Audio is a big deal. We always run into audio issues here. Every time we get something new, we screw up the audio, and sure enough, we did when we first got the Sling. So our initial setup, instead of taking 15 minutes, took us about 30 minutes. Why? Because it's got a 3.5 millimeter audio line input that's unbalanced. We were using it as a mic jack and getting feedback problems, so just be careful with it. The real right way to do it if you're going to be in a studio setup is to get a little mixer, and that's what we're going through, so you can have multiple mics. Let's say I was going to be up here with 1 or 2 people, but the audio on the product is great. You can mix the audio from up to 5 sources. You can mute or unmute them or have one particular camera be always on, so a good solution for you with the audio, which they thought about too, the Sling folks. You can see up there, right behind me, you can see there's the little meters of what's going on, so very cool. Here's another way that this thing is powerful. 3 simultaneous outputs. I can record to the card or USB with the adapter. I can stream out to the internet, and then I also have HDMI output. Now my HDMI output, I have several choices. I could be program view or quad view, or I can have HDMI pass-through of the HDMI that's plugged directly into the unit to go directly out into distribution or other things. This is really cool for churches because you can have a camera in the back of the room plugged right into the SlingStudio, and then the HDMI output of the studio could be powering directly to those cameras that are either in another room, or perhaps you've got some TV monitors along the sides that you want people to be able to see that view of that shot of you zooming up on the preacher, while he's up there doing his thing. So very cool. Your choice what you want that HDMI to do. And of course you can do live broadcasting. So you can only go up to one thing at a time, YouTube, Facebook, or a custom RTMP like Twitch or Periscope or Twitter. But there are other studios available that you can go up to, other solutions available where you can go up to them, and then they will multicast to different CDNs, Facebook. What's that one called, Ed? Do you remember the name of it? That they push that you can go to the 3 or 4 CDNs at a time. Well, don't worry about it. I used to know the name of it. All right. One of the other things that's super powerful with this product, and this is something that really excites me. If you guys know Videoguys for a long time, our roots are in post-production and nonlinear editing. What the folks at Sling have done is they have come up with a post-production workflow that is nothing short of brilliant. Basically, they work with the folks at Premiere, and you can basically record all your streams to your SlingStudio, record it either to the SD card or the USB card. Then you can bring that entire project, all those streams that you recorded, those ISO streams, into Premiere, and that Premiere will instantly set it up as a perfectly synced multicam project. Even cooler, every time you cut from camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, whatever you're doing, it's going to be in that timeline already for you to start with. So you can get in there and immediately start editing. From a workflow turnaround, I think this is spectacular. We shoot our shows, we do the live show first, then we post-produce it a little bit. And that workflow is a cool workflow, and this is going to make it work even faster. It's just so impressive. Kudos to the folks at Sling for figuring that out, and the guys at Adobe also. All right, SlingStudio is in stock now. The unit is $9.99. One of the things that people ask me about is Sling, aren't they the Dish Network guys? I don't get it. They're the Hopper guys. I go, exactly. So let's think about what this technology is. With the Hopper from Sling, you have one satellite receiver in your house, and it sends the video to each TV and each device throughout your house via Wi-Fi, so that you can change rooms, and when you leave the room, the TV's on. We've all seen that commercial where the guy walks through the house. Well, now they've reversed it. So now what you have is multiple cameras feeding the SlingStudio via Wi-Fi, and it's coming in, and you get the sync and the service, and if you think about it in that way, I think you can realize that you're not dealing with guys who are new to this technology, but the Sling folks are extremely knowledgeable at this technology. They've been doing Wi-Fi sending throughout a house forever, and like I said, this is more than standard Wi-Fi in here. This is a Wi-Fi hub, but it's got multiple antennas in it. It uses other secret parts of the spectrum to get you additional range, and also it flattens, like I said, the Wi-Fi out. So it's more like a donut than a sphere, which gives you more and longer range. So the SlingStudio is in stock. It's a great product, $9.99. Let's talk about what we have coming up on future webinars. What have we got? Next week, we've got PTZ cameras for live production. In the pre-show, I talked a little bit about the new NDI firmware available from PTZ Optics. Very exciting that they're now on the NDI bandwagon. We'll be talking about their cameras and other PTZ cameras. On the 27th, we're going to do Wirecast Gear 230. That's a SDI live streaming and video production appliance. 4/3, we have our NAB preview, and then on 4/10, well, we'll be at the show, so we won't have a show. We were looking to do live view from the show floor, but we had some interesting discussions with live view and other people who said, if you're going to try to go live from the show floor at NAB, you're insane. There's just too much data usage, too much interference. For the Wi-Fi is unreliable there. They said, listen, don't go live, so we're not. Eddie's going to be out there with the production team taking interviews, booth shots, B-roll, all kinds of cool stuff. And when we get back, we'll edit it all down, and we will do a NAB post-show on the 17th. So it's not even on that schedule, but that's what we have coming up. This is Gary from Videoguys, reminding you can call 800-323-2325. Talk to a live person. We're here. You can talk to me, Ed, Brittany. Can't talk to Courtney anymore because she's going on to bigger and better things. We wish her nothing but good luck. But we've got live people here. We use the equipment that you see. That we produce the show live. We know this gear. We're here to help you with it. Whatever your budget is, we've got products at SlingStudio, an amazing product. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Gary from Videoguys, peace.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.